Hey, what's up, Boxheads? How y'all doing? Hey, what's up? Can y'all hear me? You know, I like to ask, can y'all hear me? What's up, NY? Can y'all hear me? Give me a thumbs up. What's up, Big Dave? How you doing? Yep, y'all can hear me? That's good, that's good. So y'all know how it is, how I do my lives. I don't have no specific spill or anything like that. What's up, Corey? How you doing? I don't have no specific story, you know what I'm saying, script or anything to go by. Just basically drop some questions. Let's get into it. I knew a lot of you guys are interested in starting your logistics company. And, you know, I do lives, you know, every so often to answer a couple questions for you guys. What's up, CLS? Hey, how you doing? I'm good. Enjoying life, NY. What's up, NJC? How you doing? So y'all go ahead and drop some questions. We got like 62 people on. We can go ahead and start up. I ain't gonna hold y'all long tonight. Someone said, what do you think about starting a business in Milwaukee? I think Milwaukee's a good place to start a business. You know, the Midwest, anywhere in the Midwest area is pretty good, especially, like I said, when you're talking about Amazon too. So I would say yes. And remember also, D-Black, that you don't have to be where your truck is at. Remember that. Like, you could be wherever you want to be at. And if you don't plan to drive the truck, if you plan to scale and, you know, put drivers in the truck, you could set your trucks up anywhere. You could be in Milwaukee, put a truck in Atlanta, put a truck in Houston, put a truck in Cali, wherever you want to. So you really don't have to, you know what I'm saying, be in Milwaukee if that's the case. Someone said, how can I know the insurance hack? The insurance hack comes inside of my ultimate bundle pack guide. And it also comes with my broker that can show you and set up the insurance hack for you. Basically what it is the insurance hack is for people that don't want to pay that $1,200, $1,300 a month insurance to let their authority age for the 180 days. I got a cheaper way. Can get you in anywhere between like $400 to $600 a month while your authority age for you. But yeah, just grab my bundle pack guide and I have it in there. I have my broker in there as well. Someone says, I got 100K. Where should I start? The first thing you should start is either booking a consultation with me, bro, Reginald, or grabbing my ultimate bundle pack guide, or also joining my masterclass. That's July 8th. I got my next masterclass coming up. July 8th is $9.99. You can start by paying $4.99 and then pay the other remaining amount on the day of the class. But yeah, that's you got way enough money to start, bro. To start your company. Someone NY said, like you should, and I tip my hat to you. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Someone said, so will you have a hard time getting loads if you have a low MC score? Not with Amazon. Once you get on with Amazon, they don't really, I know they got it in there about that Amazon score stuff, but they don't really mess with you when it comes to the score. There's ways to get a good score. You just got to go through, do an inspection, and you'll get a score. So you don't really have to worry about that. For doing the DAT low board, that's a little bit different. But like I said, once again, you can make money with the DAT low board as well. Someone says, why done it? Said, how can I run 2 loads in one night at Amazon? To run 2 loads in one night at Amazon, it just depends on your area and where your spot is at. Usually you got to do an early run, like about 8 o'clock. You do your short run, like I say, under 60 miles, 70 miles, somewhere around there for your first run. And then you could do your second run like about 11, 12 o'clock at night. So I know people that do multiple runs, you know what I'm saying, with Amazon. However, if you guys know, I only do 1 load per night, per driver, per truck. But I know he also in Cali was a female in my class, not my class, in my group. She was doing 2 and 3 loads, but she was out in Cali doing it. So Cali usually have like super short runs, like 5 miles, 10 miles, crazy like that, paying pretty decent amount of money. So someone said, what's the next thing? Someone said, what's the difference between your Amazon 2-day and 3-day training? Good question. The Amazon 2-day training is when you or your driver will come to Atlanta and train at the facility with my trainer. The 2 day is basically whatever day you book it on. Let's just say I have classes on Sundays and Wednesdays. So if you book the 2 day for Sunday, it'll be Sunday night and then Monday night. You learn everything as if you was going to work for me, to be a driver for me. The only difference is you don't actually go with the driver over the road at night to drop the loads off at the post office. The 3 days is the same thing. I have classes on Sunday and I have classes on Wednesday. So if you book for Wednesday, you'll be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night. You learn everything at the Amazon facility, but you also go with the driver for 3 nights. Like some of you guys like want to learn how to drive a box truck or how to back a box truck up to lift gate. Then definitely take the 3 day driver, training class. You can do that if you request to do it. So that's the difference in the 2 and the 3 day. And the 2 day is $350 and the 4 day is $400 for the 3 day driver training. And trust me, you're going to learn some stuff in there that we basically, I hate to say it out loud, but we show you how to not be late with Amazon. Some little tips and tricks that you can learn that you won't be late with Amazon, if that makes sense. So show you how to load your truck, how to get your gate, and little tips. I ain't gonna say on here, but little tips to be able to make a little bit of money with Amazon and how to find good loads. All right, let's see what the next question is. Someone said, do you pay insurance on all your trucks or the carriers? I pay my insurance on all my trucks, because you got to remember what I'm doing. Even though I'm working with Amazon, everything falls on me. So like I'm a subcontractor for Amazon. So I have to have that's why you got to have your MC, your DOT, your insurance, your own truck and all of that. So you're required to have all your own, stuff, everything you need. Amazon's required insurance. Someone said, look at. Someone says, should I be worried if there's a lot of logistics company around me? That's a good question. And I would say no, because you got to remember too, like everything comes on a truck. Logistics ain't going nowhere. I know a lot of people complain about, the loads ain't good. You got to think about it. I started in 2021. Somebody told me it was a bad time. It's in the middle of the pandemic. You shouldn't start. Amazon, you can't make no money with Amazon. Or, box trucks, you need to go to semi. So anything somebody tell you, they'll always tell you is something else that you could be making money, should you be doing. So if my opinion is there's never enough. And you got to think it's not enough competition. Amazon's everywhere, So, and once again, the way how I set my model up and I set my system up, I didn't come into the game to show you guys, like I tell you, trucker stories. I'm driving all across the mountains and across the continental U.S. to tell you, like, I'm a trucker to feel good about being a trucker. There's nothing wrong with you guys that are truckers. But I came into the game with a business sense or a business mind that wanted to make money passively. So also, even if you feel like whatever you're in, if it's too saturated or you feel like you can't get loads there, put your truck somewhere else. Like you always hear me talk about my first cousin, Brooklyn's Finest. He's in a Maryland area and he got 4 trucks in a whole different area. You know what I'm saying? He never drove a truck before either. So he set up his whole company the end of January, got his trucks up and running, and he don't drive. So none of his trucks is where he's at all. So you can set your whole company up remotely. You don't physically have to be in the same city or the same state as where your truck is at. That's what a lot of people, it's like a huge misconception about that. So if you think it's a better market in, let's just say Houston, you can put all your trucks in Houston. You got a homeboy in Cali or somebody in Cali that's wanting to work. When you get on with Amazon, this is something too that I think nobody probably asked. But once you apply for Amazon, let's say, for example, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. I can book a load in Cali right now. I can book a load in Washington State right now. I can book a load in New York right now. Once you get on with Amazon, you have a national account. So which means you can book loads in every state that Amazon has a facility or distribution center at. So that's the good thing about Amazon. You're not just like, for example, you're not tied to just booking loads in Atlanta, if that makes sense. Someone said, thanks for the authority hookup. Latasha getting my authority started. Good. Congrats, AJC. Thanks. That's good. You're almost there. Someone said, do your guide show you how to set up in another city? Yes, my guide is basically my Ultimate Bundle Pack guys. Let me go ahead and say, since I've been on the call, the services that I provide. I offer 30-minute, 60-minute consultation. My 30 minutes is $99. My hour is $149. And I also have an Ultimate Bundle Pack guide, which includes my step-by-step starter pack 1 guide that show you how to set your company up from A to Z, what you need, how to set it up, how to get your authority. It also comes with all my contacts, all my referrals. And it comes with step 2, the rookie playbook on how to book loads, how to find a driver, how to scale your company, how to pay your driver, how Amazon 4 metrics work, how to not be late, and how, like I said, how to scale your company. And then my third one is the Box Truck Shawty, the Road to Dispatcher, which shows you how to use Amazon's relay load board in conjunction with the DAT load board. So show you how to merge both of them together. Three of them. So to answer to your question, yes, my ultimate bundle pack guide shows you how to set up in any other city, any other state you want to go in. Also, if you guys don't know, July 8th, I have my masterclass starting. I only have 5 slots left for my masterclass. It's July 8th. Is starts at 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time. We cover every single thing, stuff that I can't even put into a guide. You got to think, I've been doing this for 2.5 years. I done grossed over $2 million with Amazon. There's no way for me to be able to put all my information into a guide, or that guide will be like 200-300 pages long, probably longer than that. So what I do is I have my compliance officer. We go over compliance in its entirety, show you what you need, hours of service, how to stay compliant. A lot of you guys don't know, when I first started, I got shut down for 30 days. A lot of people can't afford to be shut down for 30 days. I ended up having to pay for my drivers for 30 days. I had to pay for the trucks for 30 days. I had to pay insurance for 30 days just to keep my drivers working and keep my trucks moving during the 30 days when I couldn't do Amazon. So with that being said, compliance is super important, but nobody really talks about compliance. Just like I said last thing, I had a guy that came to the yacht party in Miami. He had like 5 trucks. Literally within 30 days, he was shut down. So the FMCA don't play around when it comes to the rules and regulations. So we go over that. I have a compliance officer that's a part of my masterclass that can show you guys each and everything that you need to be up in compliance. And then also, I also have a CPA that's part of my masterclass too, to show you how to keep your books, your bookkeeping, because you can make all the money in the world, but if you're not paying yourself the correct way and paying taxes, putting taxes to the side, a lot of businesses shut down because of tax reasons as well. So she bought my ultimate bundle pack guide. It's up and running, doing her own logistics company, and she's also a CPA. So she's also a part of my masterclass too. So you get a lot of information regarding things that I can't just cover, in a guide, if that makes sense. So the ultimate bundle pack guide is also given to the people that attend my masterclass for free. So basically, like I said, it's $9.99. You can pay half now and then the other half on the day of the class. Or if you already purchased the bundle pack from me, then it's only $7.50. You send me a DM or an email, and I'll send you a link for the $7.50, and then we up and running. Oh, D Black, I was just answering that question. I only got 5 slots left for the masterclass. And just like the last time, I guarantee you, once these 5 slots sell out, I'm going to have people blowing me up. Hey, man, I need to get in this class. I don't want to wait till the next class. It's a class you don't want to miss. Like, you could go read my reviews from it. Like, it's a very, very knowledgeable, and you're not going to get this information nowhere else. That's all I'm going to tell you. Is real in detail. Someone say, what is the 3-day Amazon? The 3-day, you probably just logged on, but the 3-day Amazon is basically when we teach you how to do everything like if you was going to be a driver for me. I came up with it because I would hire drivers before that would say, oh, man, I work for Amazon. I work for somebody else. I did Amazon. And when I get them, guess what? They barely knew what they was doing. They might have drove by somebody from Amazon, but they wasn't properly trained. And I had this guy, true story. In the first 5 days, he was late 4 times, and he told me the same thing. Oh, man, I work for somebody else with Amazon. I got my pet badge, and he had a badge. However, he was trash. So now I don't take the word. If somebody say, hey, I used to work for Amazon, I don't care if you used to work for Amazon or you own stock in Amazon, you have to come and work for me for 3 days and do my driver training as well. So that's something that I enforce with all my drivers. Someone said, I just applied for my DOT and MC in Florida. Is that a good area? Yeah, the Florida area, when it comes to Amazon, I'm familiar. I know the Jacksonville area is pretty good. The Orlando area, the Tampa area, and the Fort Myers area is pretty good when it comes to Amazon, to answer your question. Someone said, do I need to enroll in drug testing for non-CDL? No, not for non-CDL. But if you do have a CDL, then yes, you are required. But non-CDL, so with Amazon Relay, everything is non-CDLs. There's no background check. So like I always say, if you know somebody that got a checkered past or a felon and they can't find work, or a family member, a brother, cousin, uncle, dad, and you want to get them to work, and set them up a logistics company. Open it up. There's no background checks with Amazon. There's no credit that's needed. Like, you can start your whole company for under $5,000. I know it varies a little bit from place to place when it comes to your insurance. That's the only thing that kind of changed. Like I told you, I spent $200 for my LLC. I paid $680 for my authority. I paid $1,375 for my insurance down payment, and then I paid $1,000 for my truck rental. So I literally started my company for like $3,200. I tell people 5,000 because if you have a bad driving record, then instead of me paying $1,375, they would have wanted like $2,700 down, which is first and last. So be prepared to bring first and last. But if you got a good driving record, you could probably slide through with one, one payment. Yeah. Someone said, how can I start with Amazon Relay? To start with Amazon Relay, you just basically got to have Amazon's required insurance, a 26-foot box truck, and your authority needs to be aged for 180 days. That's what you need to get up and running with Amazon, Steve. And also, like I said, grab my Ultimate Bundle Pack, guy. It'll walk you through everything you need with Amazon Relay. Someone say, so can I hire someone to run under my Amazon in California with my MC? Yes, you can. Golden Crown, yes. So basically with the 180 days, there's a couple things you can do. With 180 days, you can, of course, pay your insurance and hit the DAT load board or other outside load boards for the 180 days, which, trust me, they'll go by quick as hell. Or what you can do is you can lease on to somebody that already has an authority up for 180 days. Just lease on to them. Most people charge 10%. Everybody's doing it now pretty much. Or you could do the insurance hack, like I said, that comes in my Ultimate Bundle Pack guide, which is on sale tonight for the last night for $199. At midnight, I'm gonna go back. It's gonna go back up to $249. I'm, giving you guys, my birthday was yesterday, so I'm giving you guys a little discount for my birthday. And I also have a dispatching guide that's $49 too, that works in conjunction with Amazon. So if you want to be a dispatcher, you want to dispatch somebody else, because you already know dispatching. Only thing you need to dispatch, to be honest with you, is the information and a cell phone and load to a load board. It's the cheapest way to get up and running in logistics. I know a couple people that learned how to dispatch, stacked up their money, then started their trucking company. So that's a good way. If you don't have a lot of money, you really want to get into learning how to get into the logistics. That's a good segue to get into logistics for cheap. Right now, like I said, I got my guide for $49. It'll teach you. It's the only guide out there that works with Amazon and the DAT load board in conjunction. A lot of people have just DAT, and I don't know if nobody just has Amazon, but mine's work with, in conjunction with both of them. And let's see what somebody says. Someone said, how can I get into dispatching? Grabbing my guide. Like I said, Renato, it's $49. Grab my guide. It'll walk you through the whole steps of, dispatching. Someone said, Cole, the insurance hack be told through a consultation with you. You said, can it be told? Yes, it can be told. So Reggie, yes, if you want to book a consultation, you can book a consultation. Like I always tell you guys, if you guys are unsure about starting up with logistics, book a consultation. It's $99. Write down all your questions. I guarantee it'll be the best $99 you spent. I haven't had anybody that got off the phone and said, man, this was a waste of time or whatever. Like I always tell people, you're going to pay for the information one way or another. You're going to pay in the beginning or you're going to pay in the end. In the end, I can guarantee you it always costs more. It's just like buying a last minute plane ticket. Anything when you have to, somebody, like if you go to a mechanic and let's just say you try to use your homeboy to hook your car up and fix your car and he messes it up. And then you take that car or truck to another mechanic. That mechanic is going to charge you now for the mistakes the other person made. And usually it costs more. So a lot of people try to go through life by going through YouTube University. YouTube University will teach you a lot, don't get me wrong. But there's certain things nobody can teach you on YouTube. There's nobody can go teach you, especially with the stuff with Amazon, because nobody has done what I have done to the magnitude I have done it to. And I'm not telling it for free on YouTube, so there's no way you can get all this information for free. You can set up a company, you can start your company, you can get up and running, but you're going to have to pay somebody, an expert in that field, to show you how to get up and running. Even if you don't pay me, you need to definitely tap into somebody. Find you somebody. Get a mentor. We have to stop being cheap and thinking that money's just information is going to fly off the trees. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't going to call no names, but I had a person that kind of was asking a question in one of my groups saying they kept getting rejected from Amazon in there in my Box Truck Shorties group. You might be on my live, I don't know. But when I read the question, I was just like, why would this person keep getting rejected from Amazon when all they have to do is spend $99 and book a consultation with me, and I could have walked you through a month ago or whatever the first time, so you wouldn't get rejected. But then yet they asking questions to people, somebody's answering it, well, you don't even know who's the person that's answering your question, if they even have any knowledge of Amazon for real. You know what I'm saying? So be careful of where you get free information from. Everybody with free information ain't going to give you, correct information, if that makes sense. Someone said, how many box truck you started with? I started with 1 box truck in January of 2020. I scaled up to 2 trucks maybe like 2 or 3 weeks later. And then 3 weeks later, I scaled up to my 3rd truck. So I kept my 3 trucks, I think, for like maybe 4 or 5 months until I got the hang of it, like the scheduling part and being able to make sure my truck is running 7 days. A lot of people ask me the question is, when's a good time to scale? A good time to scale is when your truck is already moving for 7 days, because you're already paying the rental for 7 days. Your insurance is for 30 days. So there's no need in, I've spoken to people that have 2 trucks and their truck might be running 5 days a piece. So that's 4 days a week that the first truck, the 2 days the first truck, 2 days the second truck. That's 4 days of work you missing every single week. 4 times 4, that's 16 days a week. You're not making no money because your truck is not running 7 days. That's horrible. So a truck is only making money when it's moving. So you need to be able to schedule your truck, find drivers, have a part-time driver where your truck is moving 7 days a week so you can see that money. And that way you don't have to go and chase the home runs like, I got to make $800 for a load. I got to make $900. I got to make $1,200 with a truck. There's a lot of people with unrealistic goals when they come into logistics. They like I see a lot of people in my group like, man, I need to make $5,000, $6,000 a week. Yeah, you can make $5,000, $6,000 a week, but you're going to be working like a dog to make that $5,000 or $6,000 too. So, you can make all the money in the world, but you want to be able to spend that money and enjoy it. Someone said, when you get back into real estate, are you going to give us the game on that too? Yes, most definitely. For y'all that know, real estate is my passion. That's what I really, really, really love. Like, I do that with my eyes closed. I'm actually actively looking for another house to flip. The last house I flipped was in 2021. When the pandemic kind of slowed down real estate. So I kind of jumped out to that and jumped into logistics. Now that hindsight is 2020, I'm glad that the pandemic, did slow real estate down, because if it wasn't, I would have never jumped into logistics. I was always too afraid to jump into logistics because I always heard about the rigs. I didn't know that you can rent and start your whole logistics company. But yeah, most definitely, bro, I'm definitely getting back into that. Like, real estate changed my life for real. I always tell people, man, making 6 figures at a drop from flipping a house is crazy. And, also wholesaling. You can make a lot of money from wholesaling as well. Let me see what the next question is. Someone said, should I do the authority on my own or pay to have a pro do it? Free, 929. That's like a great question. And I'm going to answer that question the best way I can, which is the only way I can. Do not try to do your own authority. That's the only way that you can get rejected from Amazon, like the guy I was talking about earlier, is if you did your own authority, and he did his own authority. So if you're not, like into logistics and that's not your field, pay somebody. It's the best money you will ever spend. Pay that $680 to get somebody to do your authority. It's the best peace of mind. There's no need. Like, for example, I've met people that did their own authority, right? And, to have your authority, you have to have insurance. So what they'll do is it's 21-day wait and protest period for your authority, right? And then they'll get their insurance. And they tried to do their authority themselves, and when they would apply to Amazon, they would get rejected for the first month, rejected for the second month. So now you're paying insurance on a truck for 2 or 3 months that you can't do no loads for, when you could have just paid $680 to have somebody do your authority. And that $680 covers all the fees that goes to the government. So, and really, you're only paying like a couple, 200 and something bucks for somebody to fill out the MC, your DOT, your BOC3, and your UCR for you on your behalf. So I'd highly, I can't say it enough. Don't try to do it. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of people will say, oh, go on YouTube and watch it. It's so easy. You can fill it out. Whoever it is on YouTube, the guy that everybody's watching, he's the one that's getting everybody rejected, because I don't know what he's checking, what box he's checking, because I didn't do my own authority. However, whatever it is getting people rejected. So like I said, a peace of mind is priceless. And you always want your stuff set up the correct way. All right. So that's the answer to that question. How can you get on Amazon really under 180 days? The only way you can is to lease on with somebody, self-made. Lease on with somebody that already has an authority up and running. And that way that'll allow you to get, be able to have access to the load. Someone said, I'm in Michigan. Can't wait to start the master class. That's what's up, BC1. You in the class? Someone said the pandemic was the best time in trucking. Yeah, but they was telling me not to. So that's why I made that post today too. You got to stop listening to people. Sometimes you have people in your circle that you think are your friends, and their goal in life is to deter you from reaching your goal, Or like I always say, they don't want you to have the bag first. They don't want you to have all the money first, because that's what something they still trying to do. So be careful of people. I call it the peanut gallery. I call them little cappas, or people that's close to you. And I'm gonna say sometimes they might not even be close to you. They just might be in your circle, and they really don't want the best for you. So you got to be careful of those kind of people, because somebody will tell you, hey, you should have did this. You should do that. You should do this. You should do that. At the end of the day, try. All you can do is try. Tap in with somebody that's an expert in the field. Even if it's not me, tap in with somebody. Somebody's making money with logistics. If nobody's making money with logistics, the world will shut down. Like everything, your remote, your TV, your phones, everything in your house, your apartment came on a truck, some way, form, either a semi, box truck, cargo van. It came on some kind of, something with logistics. Someone said, can I have my DOT and MC registration in Florida and work my box truck in Atlanta? Yes, D. So a lot of people, I kind of covered this earlier, you probably just logged in. When you have your MC allows you, your authority allows you to run in all the continental states, if that makes sense. So you can have your company set up in Atlanta. I mean, like, for example, your DOT, and then you can move, freight anywhere you want to. Like I said, once you get on with Amazon, it's a national account. It's not a local account. So you can definitely put trucks anywhere you want to once you get your authority up and running. Because you got to think about it. Let's just say, think about it on a bigger scale, a semi. Whoever purchases a semi truck, and let's just say they don't plan to drive that truck. That truck, like if they say, for example, the person lives in Atlanta, that truck is never going to be in Atlanta. That truck is going to be all over the United States making money. So it's the same thing with a box truck. It's the same authority, same stuff. Someone said, when I apply for Amazon Relay or when I apply for my rider rental, do I have to put the driver's info in the application? Or is it just primary? No, it's just you. You don't put nothing about your driver. The only thing with your driver goes to your insurance. That's the only thing with that part of it. All right, let's see. Someone said, I just applied for my MC and DOT number and I'm out of Florida. Is that a good area to Lowe's? Yes, if you're talking about Amazon, Amazon is my lane. If you're talking about Amazon, Fort Myers, Orlando, Tampa, and Jacksonville are the areas that I'm familiar with Amazon. And those are all pretty good areas when it comes to Amazon. Someone said, how long did it take you to scale your business? It took me about 3 weeks. I would say 3 weeks. I remember I got my first truck. 2 or 3 weeks later, I got my second truck. 2 or 3 weeks later, I got my third truck. And I kept my third truck for, I believe, 4 or 5, 6 months. I know I had made like 300K, gross like 300K. And then that's when I was like, you know what, it's time to keep scaling. So then I scaled up to 4 trucks, 5, 6, 7, 8 trucks. And then now I'm back down to 5 trucks, or sometimes 6 trucks. It just depends. Could the insurance be told in a consultation? Yes, Reggie, you can book a consultation. Anything you want to know, when you book a consultation with me, you don't speak to a BA. You speak to me actually on the phone. So I answer all your questions. In my consultations, I don't have any secrets. I don't have anything like, oh, well, this is off limits. If you pay your $99, whatever you want to know, I'm going to tell you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have like, oh, well, you got to grab my guide. To be honest, the Ultimate Bundle Pack Guide is the easiest way to get up and running with all your questions. But some people just want to do a consultation and still like have me like, you know what I'm saying, decipher some of the stuff for them. So yeah, you can book a consultation. Anything you want to know, my ELD, my factoring, anything you want to know in a consultation, I can give it to you in a consultation as well. Someone says, do your drivers have to go through a screening process with Amazon? No, there's no screening process with Amazon. There's no background check. Someone said, you answered my question. I guess you were saying you had answered the question. Someone said, do you have ways to pass the 180-day wait with Amazon? Nope, there's no way to pass it besides leasing on to somebody else who already has access to, they might not even have access as long as their authority is 180 days. Someone said, once you're on with Amazon, can you lease your license to the other drivers? Well, once you're on with Amazon, then you can hire drivers and put drivers under your company. I think that's the question you're asking. Like for me, remember, I never drove a box truck before. I never picked up a load, never went and drove over the road to deliver it. So, yes, most definitely. Someone said, do you update the guide? Yes, my guide, the Ultimate Bundle Pack Guide, is the latest version of the guide. I always go back and anytime information is changed or something like that, I go back and update it. So I had to update it with the 180 day. I had to update it with my dispatching guide. So anytime stuff changes or rules or regulation change, I always go back and update my guide. Someone said, do you have game for the Sprinter vans? No, sir. I'm not familiar with the Sprinter vans. And I know you can't do it with Amazon Relay. And, you know, like I said, that's my lane. Someone said, have you ever thought about doing Amazon Relay with the semi-trucks and do power only? No, I never. I mean, I thought about it. Don't get me wrong. I had a guy that was leased on to me that was doing the semis. But I never thought about, like, you know, actually going and getting a truck and putting, you know, drivers in it. Because when I first started, let me tell you the reason why. When I first started with most of the rental companies, in order to lease or rent a power-only truck, you have to have been in business for 2 years. Well, now, currently, I have been in business for 2 years, so I could do that. But when I first started, that was the dilemma, because I definitely wanted to. Because when I was seeing how much the power-only was making, I was like, damn, that's crazy. So I had my eyes set on it. Just that now that I've gotten so good with the box trucks, I haven't, you know, jumped into that lane yet. But that is something that I can, you know, start probably to explore. Then, of course, I won't be box truck shorty no more. You know, I'll be messing with the semis. But, of course, I'm going to always be box truck shorty. Have you thought about, oh, yeah, I already answered that question. Somebody going to be semi-truck shorty soon. Someone said, and how much is part 3 by itself? Part 3 is only $49 by itself. That's the dispatcher. Box truck shorty road to dispatcher, which shows you how to book loads with Amazon in conjunction to how to mesh them together. And it shows you if you want to just dispatch for other people. You want to start your own dispatching company. It's only $49. After tonight, it is going back up to $99. Right now, it's on sale for $49. It's my birthday week, month. I've been giving sales out this whole month, but I'm about to put my prices back up to, you know, the normal price. Once again, if you just logging in, I charge $99 for 30 minutes, $149 for an hour. I have an ultimate bundle pack guide, which is on sale tonight until midnight for $199. It comes with all 3 of my guides, with all my referrals, all my contacts, to get you up and running for $199. Then I also have my master class, which is July 8th. I only have 5 slots left for this class. You can reserve your slot for $499. And the master class also comes with the ultimate bundle pack guide. And then you can pay the remainder amount before the class start, which is July 8th. I only have 5 slots left. Also, if you already purchased my bundle pack guide or ultimate bundle pack guide and you want to join the master class, I will let you in for $750. All you have to do is send me an email or a DM, say, hey, Jabbar, send me the link. I'll send you the link, and you can get into the class. But in that class, we cover every single thing you need to know from start to finish. The class is usually the first class was like 12 to 5:30, I want to say. And we took a 30-minute lump, but we cover how to get up and running, how to get started. Duns, we cover how we look at the physical, actual Amazon load board. I show you what's a good load, what's not a good load board, how to read the load board, Amazon metrics. We go over fuel, gas, how to calculate your expenses for the day. We go over compliance in its entirety. And like I said, we also go over the DAT load board for people that want to book loads with the DAT load board, or you just might want to be a dispatcher. We cover the DAT load board, and we also cover taxes, the CPA part of it, paying yourself, how to set your company up where you pay yourself, payroll, and all of that. We have a certified CPA on there, and she also has a logistics company that Box Truck Shorty helped her get up and running, and she's a part of the class as well. So we have some good information. You're not going to find this information nowhere else. Like I said, compliance is super important when it comes to logistics companies, like a blueprint for your house. All right, let's see. Got some more questions. Someone said, do I need to enroll in drug testing for CDL, non-CDL? No, you don't. No drug testing for non-CDL. Now, when you get if you do have a CDL license and you're driving a non-CDL vehicle, you do have to be in, I forgot what it's called, the clearinghouse or whatever it's called that CDL drivers have to be in. Hermosa said, I'm in Tampa. Thank you. Okay, well, you're in a good spot. Tampa, especially when it comes to, Amazon. Is Charlotte, North Carolina good at? Charlotte is decent. I've looked at the Charlotte. Charlotte has a load that leaves from Atlanta. We have a load that leaves from Atlanta. Leaves from Atlanta that goes to Charlotte, and it comes from Charlotte back to Atlanta. And you can catch it like a round trip. I don't do it a lot because my drivers don't like that construction that's going on up the road, up that area. But we've done it a couple times. Someone said, what about Arkansas area? Do Amazon have loads in this area? I haven't never really looked at the Arkansas load board, but I'm almost positive they got Amazon there. You know what I'm saying? Amazon is pretty much in almost every state in the United States. I haven't heard of nobody saying we don't have Amazon here. I've never heard that before. However, I've never just looked in that area. Someone said, how can I start in Denver, Colorado? Can you help me out, please, with my business? Yes, Isaac, yes, I can. That's what I'm here for. I'm the guy you should need to come to. You either book a consultation, grab my ebook, the Ultimate Bundle Pack Guide, or join my masterclass. It just depends. I have something for whatever your budget is, if that makes sense. So yes, I can definitely help you get up and running. I would literally help thousands of people get on with Amazon. Thousands of people start their logistics company. Not a couple hundred, thousands of people. Someone said, I want to start today. Well, come on, Dan. Let's get it started. Like I said, all my services can be booked in my bio, or you can go to boxtruckshorty.com and get up and running. I have something for whatever your budget is. Like if you just need a consultation, got the ebooks, and I have the masterclass. I'm no longer right now. I put my my mentorship on pause till the end of the year. Someone said, do you allow drivers to run under your authority until their age? I don't, but I can kind of like pair you with people that do it. I already have a couple people running under mine at the max that I can kind of control. But I do have business partners and other people, like, for example, the people that join my masterclass, for this masterclass. I ain't guaranteeing you guys, but I'm almost positive I could probably pair you with somebody that you can run under for the 180 days until your authority age. And a lot of people like it because they can make extra money passively. Someone said, how can I start in the Maryland area and also as a profitable area? Yes, if you probably just joined, but my first cousin is down in your area. And like I said, he got 4 trucks. They not in Maryland. They not too far from Maryland, though. But yeah, the Maryland, New York, Tri-City area is pretty good. The Midwest is good. Cali, good. There's a lot of places that's good. Someone said, happy G-Day, that chain fire. Thanks, bro. Thanks. Hard work, man. Hard work. Happy birthday. Yeah, thanks. For y'all guys that know my birthday was yesterday. I had a blast. You know what I'm saying? More life. More money. Someone said happy birthday, shout out. Yep, so that's why I'm doing also, like I said, my flash sale tonight for $199 because it's my birthday and I want to give you guys back some kind of discount. Someone says, the Maryland area good area for Amazon? I'm buying your guide to start off first, then do the relay guide. Yes. So yes, Maryland, like I said, yeah, you can put your trucks in Maryland. I know a couple people in Maryland. I got a couple mentees that's in Maryland too. Someone said, happy birthday. Thank you. Someone said, can you elaborate on that 180-day wait? Yes. So the 180-day wait is something that Amazon came up in March of this year here. Basically, everybody else, that low board, like major like UPS or any big company, in order to go pull freight from there, they was just not letting anybody just walk off the street and pull freight for them. You had to be in business for like probably a year, or you had to have like some kind of track record. Well, Amazon in March, the first Friday of March, they basically changed that rule to the same thing. When I first started, literally the day I got my authority, I got my truck, I started booking loads with Amazon the next day. Like it took me that quick to get up and running. But now they're making you wait 180 days in order to get on with Amazon, which means you have to have insurance, which on your authority for 180 days. In that 180 days, you can either do the DAT load board. And a lot of people think when they hear the word DAT, they get scared and be like, oh man, it sounds hard. It sounds complicated. With the DAT load board, I'm not going to lie, it's not as easy as Amazon. Amazon is like super simple. Like I was speaking to somebody literally today and he was like, man, he did Amazon and he did over the road. He's like, man, Amazon is just super simple and he loved it. Whereas the DAT load board, some people, if you don't know how to book your loads, you got to get a dispatcher, you got to call, you got to speak to a broker, you got to send off your carrier packet. It's a little bit more paperwork, not impossible. That's what you have to do. You can either get a dispatcher, or you can dispatch your own truck for the 180, or you can lease on to somebody. And like I said, the going rate is usually 10%. You lease on, like for example, I don't know if Donato's on there, but I help him lease on with one of my homeboys too. So you can lease on with somebody, pay them 10%, and that's how you can survive the 180. Or you can grab my Ultimate Bundle Pack Guide, go to page 6 or 7, I think it is, and do the insurance hack, which means you pay a cheaper amount for the insurance for the 6 months and let your authority age. And usually it's between $400 to $600 a month if you can afford that. Because think about this. Let's just say, worst case scenario, you paid $200 for your LLC, right? Let's just say you paid $680 for your authority. Now you at $680, right? Now let's just say your insurance is, let's say $500 a month. $500 a month, and let's just say you have to pay for 6 months. That's another $3,000. So that's $3,800. Now, when the 6 months comes up closer, all you do is update your insurance to reflect what Amazon is actually looking for, and then now hit the road running. So you still, in theory, under $5,000 starting out if you was to take that route, which is the insurance hack. Like I said, go grab my Ultimate Bundle Pack guide. I break it down a little bit more in detail, and I have a broker that's familiar with this hack that can help you guys with the hack. Someone says, I'm a film director and would like to work with you. Let's talk business. Please check your DM. Okay, that's what's up. I'll check my DM. I'll check my DMs. All right. Let's see. What else we got? Come on, y'all, drop some questions. I'm not going to hold y'all too long. We've already been on here probably like, 45 minutes? Somewhere around that. Someone said, how much is Amazon Relay paying? It just depends on where you're at. It just depends. Some places they're paying a little more. Some places you got to know how to, find your good loads. But there's some couple hot areas, and I ain't going to say it online because I don't want everybody running and killing that market. But it's some good thing. I'm gonna matter of fact, I might post some loads tonight. Someone said, it's hurricane season. How do we get these water loads, running water for Publix, Walmart, etc.? I don't know. That's a good question, Pronto. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the Walmart and Publix, and I know Wayfair. I know there's a couple other ones that do work with box trucks. I know Uber does too. Uber Freight. There's a couple a couple other places that you can go to. I'm just not familiar with them yet. My main lane is just Amazon. I love the simplicity of it, where you can run your whole company from your cell phone. Someone said, how do you find and vet your drivers? Or I make them get on, if they not, like for example, make them get on a Zoom or make them get on a FaceTime, and then I find mine off Indeed or Facebook Marketplace. And I have a guide, like in my Ultimate Bundle Pack guide, I also have a job description that you probably hear people, talk about. If you post it, you put your name in your company, I already have the hours, what you're looking for, the driver pay scale. You put your company name, your company email, and post it, and I guarantee you, in a day or two, you will have at least 20 or 30 applicants. Some people have gotten hundreds, like the lady that was on there last week. She was saying she got hundreds. My mentee said he had 100 and something. So it works like a charm. Someone said, I went to YouTube for my authority. Yeah, a lot of people go to YouTube, like I was saying a little bit earlier. And be careful with that, though, because whoever, I don't know which video you watch, but I know there's a video on there that a lot of people who watched that authority, who did their authorities themselves, when it time came to apply to Amazon, they got rejected. So just be careful of that. Even if you did it yourself, just make sure you have the proper coverage and stuff that you need. Someone said, how would you compare and contrast Amazon Relay versus the DAP public laws? Man, Amazon is easy. Like super easy. Amazon, like say, for example, I can go look at the load board, right? This is the I guess the contrast difference. Amazon is so simple. I can go look at the load board, and whatever load I see on the board, if I see a load on the board, I can just book the load instantly. I have the load. I don't have to call a broker. I don't have to email a carrier packet. I don't have to talk to nobody. I don't have to guess and see if I have the load or wait. So that's the simplicity of Amazon. Now with the DAT load board, it's not that easy. You see a load on there, everybody see the load. You got to call the broker. You got to catch the broker. You got to email the broker your carrier packet. You got a specific time you have to be there. And then until they send you back over the proper necessary paperwork, you don't have that load. So I've seen it had happened where during that time of, filling out the paperwork and filling out all of this, you go through all of that, and guess what else? Somebody took the freight for cheaper, or somebody took the load. So you went through 10, 30 minutes of setting up to try to get that load, and now somebody else took it. Whereas with Amazon, when you book it, it's your load instantly. Like, you might think I'm exaggerating. If you ever get to the point of getting to Amazon, I run my whole company from my cell phone. Literally, I don't spend 30 minutes a day running my whole company at all. 30 minutes a day. I set this whole company up and was running this whole company while I was working a 9-to-5. I just retired from my 9-to-5 of 16 years. I was still running my whole company from my cell phone every day, all day. And the same thing I do now. You see, I vacation a lot. I wake up when I want to. I go to sleep when I want to. I travel when I want to. I live the life as, man, just put it this way. I have to live a blessed life, and I don't have to worry about money. And I don't have to worry about time, too, like being like, man, because you can make all the money in the world. Let's just say you make $500,000 a year, but you working 70, 80 hours a week. I don't have to do that. So that's the reason why I keep, like I said, I keep my 5 trucks, 6 trucks. I know how much money I need to make. Like I always tell you guys, if you don't know, I don't need to hit a home run with a box truck. Like a lot of people, when I first started, I used to be looking at the load like a crackhead, trying to hit a home run, trying to get an $800 load, $700 load. I'm talking about walking around like a crackhead with this phone in my hand, like cooking with the phone in my hand, using the bathroom with the phone in my hand, like all day, every day, because I'm looking for that load. Once I realized to stop doing that and I put enough trucks on the road where I can scale, where I can just make $200 after all my expenses per truck, $200 a night after all my expenses, time 5 trucks, that's $1,000. $1,000, my truck run 30 days. $30,000 a month net, not gross. I know everybody's, oh, gross. But I net on a minimum close to, or if not, a little above $30,000 a month. Where on earth that you can go and make $30,000 a month net? What can't you buy with $30,000 a month? So I'm not going to work like a dog to net 600,000 when 30,000, like I always tell people, if you buy a house, let's just say you get a fly house and the house is $3,000 a month. Let's just say you get your dream car. Let's just say that car is $1,500 or $2,000. Now let's just say you have, other bills. You only have $5,000. Now let's just say miscellaneous, you shop, you do this, that's another $5,000. You still have $20,000 a month. What else you doing with $20,000? You smoking $20,000 worth of money? So with $30,000, you can live. You can buy and have anything you want, all the toys at your disposal. So don't let nobody tell you that you can't make no money with logistics. You can. You just still have to. You got to think scale, making a little bit of money off of trucks. I don't have to hit a home run. Like I said, my drivers are home every night. I never had to pay for a driver to go sleep in a hotel. My drivers are happy. So with that being said, I don't know where else you can go and make this kind of money legally, I should say. Let me put that out there, legally. I'm pretty sure some of you guys is, street hustlers, dope boys, y'all could probably make $30,000 in a weekend. But guess what? You got to look over your shoulder. I don't have to look over my shoulder. So I like making money the legit, legal way, if that makes sense. Let me see. Let's see. Okay. I got a lot of questions when I start talking. All right. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up. Someone says the goal to get contracts with your company. No, the goal is to get a contract with Amazon, not with my company. Let's see. What else? What other questions we have here? Someone says, so in the guide, do you have someone who does the authorities? Yes. So when you purchase my guide, my guides come with all my contacts. Come with my fuel card, my factoring guide, my ELD, my authority person, my insurance broker. Everything that you need to get up and run, it comes in there. You just click on the link, fill it out, and you'll hear back from my insurance person or my authority person. Literally, if you fill it out today, you should hear back from them tomorrow. Someone said, heard a lot of good things from someone that last spoke with. Keep going on, bro. Well, thank you. I try to keep a good face card out there, be fair to people. And like I said, I'm not bragging, but I'm saying I give out the most free game in the industry. I have Reels, I have YouTube. I give out a lot of free game to you guys. So some people was able to just start their whole company. If you want to invest the time and go watch every YouTube to save $1, then go ahead. I give out enough free game that I've helped people that never purchased nothing from me and said, man, you inspire me. You got you up and running. You kind of break down a lot in the videos, and they kind of got up and running, and they did a couple consultations with me here and there. But I give out the most free game in the industry, I think. Someone said, do you schedule your drivers weekly with Amazon Relay or per day? My drivers just run 6 days a week. So they know what days they're going to be off. So I schedule all my drivers. I dispatch all my trucks too, by the way. I don't know if you guys know. I dispatch for the last 2 years. I've been dispatching all my box trucks, every load pretty much. So I'm very familiar with Amazon. I know how to book loads. I know the best time to find loads. I know how to read a load. Like a lot of times people will look at a load and a load will be sitting on the board. I ain't going to tell you this out because this is in my masterclass. But I'll show you how to read the load. I'll show you how to, some maneuvers, some little tricks that you can come to make some money. Everything is about information. You know what I'm saying? Someone said, so that means I have to pay the taxes and take a cut for me. Yes. Someone said, what kind of capital do you recommend on starting up? I tell people $5,000. You can jump in the game with $5,000 if you have the correct information. If you don't have the correct information, you're going to pay for everything times 10. That's just a fact. You might call the insurance company. They might tell you got to put $9,000 down. Had a $9,000 insurance down payment, came through me, went through my broker, got it down to $1,600. So it's all about information. So if you thinking I'm saying $5,000, a lot of people like to claim cap, you can't start for $5,000. And I'm like, how about I help thousands of people start for $5,000? I've started for under $5,000. So there's nothing to cap about. Now the cap is when you try to go do it yourself. And you're like, okay, you got to do that. You got to have the authority, you got to have LLC, and you go through the insurance company by yourself without going through somebody who have a relationship with the insurance company or a broker. Then they're gonna knock your head off. You're right. It ain't gonna be $5,000. It's gonna be $8,000 down or $6,000 down. So that's why you come through me, come through my broker, and I can get you a discounted rate. Someone said, how do you find a place to park trucks overnight? Is a refrigerated truck? Refrigerator. Yeah, you can make money with a refrigerated truck. I ain't gonna tell everybody on Instagram what we park at, but I've never paid for parking because I don't want everybody flooding, especially if your guys in Atlanta. But I've never paid for parking. It's not hard to find, and some of my drivers take the trucks home too. Someone said, is insurance required through one company or multiple? You can get all of the policy that Amazon need through one company if that's your question. Or for each of the things that Amazon is asking, you can have a different company for each policy. So you can have multiple or one. So someone said, California Bay Area is a good place to start. Yes, I've helped a lot of people in California in the Bay Area. Excuse me. I don't know how far you from Tracy and Stockton, Valley Joiners. I don't know how far you from there, but yeah, Cali is pretty good when it comes to box trucks. And then, like I said, I've helped a lot of people in the Bay Area and in the LA thing. Someone says, Trucks Master is a good warranty company. That's a good question, bro. I'm not really familiar with warranties because remember, I don't own any trucks. I rent all my trucks. Remember, the power of controlling something without the cost of ownership, especially if you first starting off. Maintenance will knock you out the game if you're not prepared for it. If you don't have $10,000, $15,000 in a credit card, savings, or a line of credit, I highly recommend don't buy a truck starting off, especially if you're putting your last for the down payment in to start this company. Because one maintenance problem will have you out of the game, and then guess what? You still got to come back to Box Truck Shawty now for me to show you how to rent a truck. So now you're going to own a truck. You're going to be paying a note on that truck. I've helped countless people who own a truck, rent a truck to pay for the broke truck to get the broke truck fixed. So you see what I'm saying? That's something you don't want to do. It's kind of like going ass backwards. Stack up your money, rent you a truck, then you can go to the bank and buy you a truck. Then guess what? When you buy a truck, you still can keep the rental because if you're making $200 a day, let's just say, for example, you own a truck. Like I think I spoke to a guy, it was a couple of days ago. He owned a truck and then he has 2 trucks that he's renting. That's another thing. If somebody came to you today and said, man, look, you can do a scratch off and say, look, you're going to win $200 a day for the rest of your life. How many people is going to say, nah, you know what? I don't want that $200 because it's just $200. $200 a day for the rest of your life. So think about it. If you own a truck, you can only buy but so many trucks. Still rent a truck. If you're renting a truck and that truck is able to make enough money to pay for the fuel, the driver, the insurance, and everything that goes along with it, and you still can profit $200, even though you own the truck, who cares how much the rental rate really is if you're still profiting, right? So if you're profiting $200 a night per truck, why wouldn't you do that? Just because you don't own the truck? You don't want it because you don't own it? That's cool. I'll take the $200 a night times the trucks. So just think about it like that. You can only buy so many trucks. You can still use the rental trucks to make money. Like I always give the analogy because, I'm an analogy type person. Say you had a friend. Then that friend, you was in a hot area where they was going to Dubai for a year and they had a nice house. And they say, hey, look, man, the mortgage on this house is $3,000. I just want you to be able to cover the mortgage, $3,000. $3,000 is a lot of money to the average person, right? But let's just say You rented the house for $3,000 from him, and now he still got to pay for the maintenance of the house. And you took that house and you put it on Airbnb, and let's just say that house was bringing in you $15,000 a month. But because you don't own the house, does that mean anything? Because you got to pay him 3, and now you only netting 12. At the end of the day, you're using somebody else's property, equipment to make money. Same thing when they say use other people's money, use other people's equipment to make money. Same exact science behind it. Like I came into the game with trying to Airbnb and Uber, making a little bit of money from controlling somebody else's equipment. Truck breakdown, you saw in the video, truck breakdown, guess what? They bring you another subunit within 24 hours, and you load your truck onto the other truck. Had to call Amazon, let Amazon know, hey, look, the truck broke down, X, Y, and Z. Took the freight the next day to Amazon. So, let's see. So, yeah, so definitely, you definitely want to start off, you know what I'm saying, renting if you can. Someone said, thanks for all the info. Thanks. That's why I do these lives, man. I do these lives to try to give back, give some free game to you guys. Because I know a lot of you still skeptical, still scared a little bit. Because you see a lot of people online, or a lot of people talking about how negative stuff are. If you listen to negative people, you ain't going to never do nothing in life. I'm just going to be honest with you. A negative person or a scary person or a person that doesn't have, like I said today, stop listening to a broke mindset. I'm not talking about a broke person financially, a broke mindset. A broke mindset will always hold you down. It's just like, you ever see that meme where the horse is being held by like a plastic chair? People will hold you down because, like I said, they don't want you to get the bag before them. A lot of your friends and people in your circle are secretly in secret competition with you. They want to do better than you before you. They want to go get the brand new Benz. They want the Maybach. They want the big house. They want to take the vacations before you. So they'll try to tell you, oh, girl, at it, or oh, boy, that's not a good idea. I wouldn't do that. You ain't no money in trucking. Secretly, they might have done went and started a whole trucking company behind your back with somebody else. So stop listening to people who said you can't make money in trucking or anything. That's anything in life. Someone said, did you initially start out with booking only one load per day? Yes. So I booked one load a day. Let me tell you what I did. When I first started, I had one truck. I had 2 drivers. I had a driver during the morning and one during the evening. It just got too hectic because this driver wasn't back in time for the next driver, and it was just driving me crazy. So now I will only do multiple loads during like Amazon Prime Week, which is twice a year, which is coming up. And I think it comes up again in October, and during peak season when I can have that one driver do multiple loads. But I usually just do one load a day. And the reason being also, and I don't send my drivers too far, because one time, if you guys go way back in my feed, when I first started, I had a load. It was $935. It went to Jacksonville, Florida. I think it was like 330 miles with Amazon. I sent my driver down there. I'm like, man, $935. This is when gas was dirt cheap. So he drove all the way out there, and I made a good profit on it. However, he was too tired coming. When he got back from driving that 330 miles and then back, he was too tired. He said, hey, man, Jay, man, I'm tired, man. You got to find me a late one tonight. And then I felt bad because I didn't want to get him on the truck sleepy, so I let him have off that night. So $900 for one night is good, but guess what? It cost me the next night because I sent him too far. So with that being said, now I don't send my drivers 330 miles. I don't send my drivers that far to make that money. And that's why I only do one load, because I don't want to overwork my driver. Someone says, I'm going to answer a couple more questions. I'm going to hop off. We've been on an hour. Someone says, so if I buy the ultimate bundle pack and something changed, I won't have to update a version of the bundle. Nope, you wouldn't. All right. So for you guys that's waiting at the end, I'm going to go back and always tell you what I do. I offer a $99 for 30 minutes, $149 for an hour. I offer the ultimate bundle pack guide, which comes with all 3 of my guides, on sale tonight till midnight for $199. I'm celebrating my birthdays for $199. I have a dispatching guide, which is $49 tonight. After tonight, it's going back up to $99. If you're interested in getting into dispatching, it's the easiest and quickest way to make money in logistics. Stack your money, start your own company. I also have a masterclass that only have 5 slots available. We cover everything in this masterclass. It's like an accelerated mentorship. We cover everything, compliance. Like, we go over the load, boy. It's a virtual class, and it's an interactive class. So you get to ask questions. And it also comes with my ultimate bundle pack guide as part of it. And if you already purchased any of my guides, I'll let you in the class for $750. Send me a DM or a link, and I'll let you in the class. I guarantee you, go read my reviews. Is one of the best classes that you can possibly take. If you're dead serious about, learning and everything you need to know, this class is a must-have. All right, let's see. I got a couple more questions. So someone buy the guide first or do the authority? Most definitely buy the guide, because if you need my authority person, it's in my guide and all my referrals. Like I said, I don't recommend you doing your own LLC, or not your LLC. You can do your own LLC, but if you need somebody to do your LLC, my guide has it. If you need somebody to do your authority, when you need to get your gas cards, you need to get anything, definitely purchase the guide. The guide is the first step that you want to take before you. I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, I already got my LLC." That's fine. But that's just the beginning of the company. You still need a lot to go with that. So I'm always tell you to grab the guide, most definitely. And say, any advice for finding a repair for a box truck? No, I can't help you with that one. Someone says the Miami Fort Lauderdale area, good area. I'm not familiar with that area as well. I know Fort Myers, Orlando, Tampa, and Jacksonville when it comes to Amazon. I hear a lot of horror stories about Florida, but like I always say, you're going to always hear horror stories, but somebody making money in Florida. Somebody making money everywhere. So someone said, if I move to Arizona from California, do I need to change my authority to Cal? I don't want to change. You might have to change some things, but you don't have to do nothing like major to your authority. All right. So now what we do now, the 100-day no Amazon, I'm waiting for my authority. Like I said, if you're waiting, you can do the dat low board, or you can lease on, or you can grab my ultimate bundle pack guide, turn to page 6 or 7, and I'll show you how to do an insurance tag. Someone said, how much knowledge could I get if I get the bundle pack? I already have the dispatching part. I'm going to tell you, go read my reviews. Like I'm just not, like I have a ton of reviews. Go read my reviews if you think it's the best money you're going to spend. You're not going to find this information to us, because name me somebody else that done what I've done with the magnitude of the trucks I've done and made the amount of money I've made. I've grossed over $2 million with Amazon, only using box trucks. So with that being said, I don't know nobody else can do what I've done. So with that being said, man, definitely get it. Information is key. Information is key. If you want to be successful in this, you're paying for all the mistakes I made. You don't need to make all the mistakes. You don't need to book the wrong loads. You don't need to be looking at the load board all day. I can show you how to make that money without it. Someone says, how much knowledge can I? Oh, somebody, okay, that's that. Thanks, Corey. That's my bro. Someone said, bro, getting outrageous quotes on box truck, needs some help. Book a consultation, and I'll put you in contact with my insurance broker. Yeah, like I always tell people, if you call an insurance company and they give you a craziest rate, that's the reason why. If you call directly to them without going through a broker or somebody that has a relationship with that insurance company, they're going to knock your head off. Someone said, I want your guide, just waiting for authority. Grab the guide. You still don't have to, because it's on sale tonight for $199. So definitely grab the guide. After tonight, it's going back up to $249, and then my dispatching guide is going back up to $99. I did a good sale for the month of June. All right, thank you, Tiffany. It is on page 6 for the insurance hack. So yeah, grab the Ultimate Bundle Pack guide, turn to page 6, and you will see that's where the insurance hack is. Someone said, happy. I'm going to answer a couple more questions. I'm going to get out of here. And somebody said, my insurance is $1,700 a month. That's still a little high. You definitely want to tap in. I tell people on average, when I first started off doing my trucking, my insurance was $1,375. My second time that I renewed, which is really the first year, it went down to $1,075 per truck. And I just renewed again in April. Then it went down to $745 a truck. So I'm paying I ain't going to say dirt cheap, because I spoke to a lady in North Carolina, and she was already paying $700 out the gate. So I know North Carolina has cheap insurance. Some states like Louisiana, Florida, and I know Pennsylvania, y'all got pretty high insurance rates in those areas. Someone said, I want to lease an authority. Can you help me out? Yeah, I can help you out. Detroit's in the house. Somebody said Detroit. You're a broker. Someone said, why doesn't Amazon allow you access to your broker? Because you're a broker, that's more like dat load stuff. Amazon really only want you, whoever the carrier is, like the name of your company, pulling their load. They don't want you out brokering it out to other people. So that's the whole reason why they even put in place this 180-day rule, to be honest with you. Someone say, should I buy the guide first or pay for the authority? You should buy the guide. The guide is the first step. Guide is the A. The guide will get you through the authority person the correct way. Yep, see, 1 million insurance in Florida, full K per month. Yeah, Florida, y'all got some pretty high insurance. Someone said, I'm in California, Shawty. Got your bundle and took the 3-day tour, and I'm getting crazy quotes on box trucks at $1,800 a week. $1,800 a week? You talking about to rent the truck? $1,800? Leo? Someone said it's $500 a day doing Amazon Relay Possible. Yeah, $500 real power. I'll do over $500 a day. Someone say, hey, I'm in know you want to get started. You have any connections in the area? Like my system works in all states, so it doesn't matter where you at. My brokers, they're a broker. They don't work for one insurance company. Someone said, hey, man, when you get off this live, please check your DM, brother. I will. I'm going to check my DM. So everybody that got a good little DM, I'm going to check my DM when I get off this live. But I am about to get off the live in a minute. Like I said, man, I hope you guys, get the information that you guys need. Tap in with somebody. Find you a mentor, even if it's not me. And just learn it. Go watch my reels. Go watch my YouTube. Someone says, how often does Amazon cancel loads? They cancel loads a lot if you book it in advance, but I rarely get cancel loads with Amazon. And they do cancel it. They cancel it within 2 hours to get you $175. Someone says, if I get the bundle pack, how much knowledge can I get from it? I already have the dispatcher part. Yeah, you can get a lot of information from it, bro. And there's a lot. Please check your DM. Okay, I'm going to check it. Hey, Jabbar. Okay, I keep seeing the same things now. Okay. Well, once again, if you haven't joined my masterclass July 8th, if you can get into it, it's $4.99. July 8th, I only got 5 slots left. Like I said, it'll definitely be the best mentorship masterclass you can get in. It's virtual, 12 to 5. It comes with every single thing you need, and it also comes with my ultimate bundle pack guide. Only 5 slots available. Please don't be one of the guys that's blowing me up after it's sold out saying, can I get you in, can I get you in, can I get you in? Because I don't want the class to get too big, because I want to be able to access and give, each person the individual attention that they need in this class. So that's it. I hope to see you guys at the top. I'll check in with you guys, next time. All right. Take care.